This is Tomorrowpictures.TV.
Information, not your name.
My name is Claude. By profession, I'm an accountant.
Okay.
And I've lived in Atlanta for 10 years.
Okay.
I am also a small business owner. I am a registered Republican, and I am set on voting for McCain, for the record. But I'm also open to see if Barrack can change my opinion about things. So far, him as a person, I'm okay with him as a person, but as the party platform, there's still some things about the party platform that I have fundamental disagreements with.
And do you want to perhaps just elaborate on a couple of those points?
As far as like any specific things, it's really more on the social aspect of it. I actually have differences to where freedom is for everyone. I don't think that freedom should be for just every Joe Blow should have the freedom to do anything they want at any time and any will. I think there should be some parameters set aside to govern how we can live and go about our business, because what I do impacts everyone else. And so mainly the biggest thing is really on the social aspect of the ideologies, where I have my disagreements with the Democrat Party as a whole.
I would just ask you to elaborate on those social points that you feel the Democrat Party isn't going to meet your needs.
Some of the things on the social part that I find that the Democrats are a little off for me is really more so on the social welfare and the government's role in our daily lives, and also the issue with same-sex marriage, and the rights to bear arms. Actually, as far as like abortion, I'm okay with women's right to choose, not necessarily the act of abortion itself, but I think a person should make a decision as to what they want to do with their body. I don't have any problem with that. But the same-sex marriage and the expansion of, the healthcare system, that's where some of the things that I don't totally agree with.
We had the big debate, McCain versus Obama. What were your thoughts on how McCain handled himself in that debate?
I think Obama did pretty well. I think McCain did. They was actually evenly. I was impressed with Obama's ability to communicate precisely. Before, in the past, he would always stutter and wanted to say the most perfect thing, and he came off as unsure. But I think this time around he did a better job of communicating, articulating his position and his opinion. But I still feel like McCain demonstrated the experience, which draws me more to McCain. Even above the Republican Party, just McCain himself as a person, the experience, and McCain has demonstrated time after time to go against the Republican Party on some of the aspects that he feels like, some of the issues that he feels so strongly on. He's gone against the Republican Party on immigration, and also some of the tax increases, and a number of other things, torture in Guantanamo Bay. Has gone against the Republican Party as a whole on that. So McCain showed that he is experienced, and personally on a life experience, on an international basis, and also just being in Congress as long as he has. And he's not afraid to go against what the party stands for if it means to doing something that he's core believe will impact the greater body.
Were you surprised by McCain saying that he was pulling his campaign to focus on the economic issues that are facing the United States right now, and then having to backtrack and come back to Mississippi, and then having to basically go ahead with a debate, despite the fact that Congress hadn't actually reached an agreement on the bailout?
You can look at it as a flip-flop or a political ploy, but his whole intention was to try to expedite the bailout. And if everyone agreed that the American is going through, even the rest of the world were impacted by what's happening here in America, the Russian stock market went down, and the European market was up and down. The euro versus the dollar has been impacted as well. So, it only makes sense for the leaders who actually make the laws to convene and try to see how they can work it out. But as a whole, I didn't have any problem with McCain pulling back. I thought actually it was very patriotic, in my view, for him to go to Congress and say, hey, what can we do to get this problem solved? What leadership can I exert to make this thing, go further? Now, once he realized that they weren't going to get anything solved, he did come back and say, okay, let's go on with the debate. I didn't see it as a flip-flop. I saw it was more trying to solve the problem. He did go along with the debate once he realized that the bailout was not going to be signed and they're not going to come to an agreement.
Information, not your name.
Ready, Mr. Wabbit?
Yeah, go ahead, Doc. I'm ready.
Before you die, you can make one last wish.
Yeah? Well, let's see now. I wish I wasn't Dixie. Hooray! Hooray! Oh, camptown ladies sing this song. Do that, do that. The camptown racetrack right along. Fantastic, isn't it? Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on a buffalo night. Somebody there on the
This is my co-host this evening,
Hi, Cammy.
Cammy J, Cammy Jones. I'm Frederick Taylor. Did you know my mother's maiden name is Jones?
No, I did not, Freddie.
We could be related. You realize that, don't you?
Well, then we better not.
I know that's a good idea. We'd have retarded children,
Right.
retarded biracial children. They'd be so pretty.